Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Now guys, I gotta ask you one thing first. Does the Ripple team ever look worried or scared or not confident? Just look at those smiles, right? Ripple has assembled a huge team of amazing people. Very, very talented people. And I'm just gonna go back to a post that David Schwartz made on Reddit about a year ago. I know it's been an ongoing theme now for my last couple of videos. But here's a post he made. I found this in the Telegram channel. I will link that in the description. That is XRP_veterans channel. Let me read you this from about a year ago. That was our original strategy. The problem is that XRP can only settle a tiny fraction of today's payments. So banks would have to go to all this trouble to approve and deploy a new system that could do very, very little for them. We would have only been able to get the payment technology deployed where the settlement was already possible, and we'd have to get liquidity to settle payments set up where there were no payments. He's talking about payment solutions. We're going to get to XRP. So instead, we designed a modern payment system that could support any form of settlement through ILP. The improvements on the payment side were so drastic that the banks found value in the system even if the settlement still takes place using the corresponding banking system. As this system gets adopted by FIs, more and more payments will be able to be bridged by XRP the minute XRP has the liquidity to bridge them. So guys, just want to reiterate, if you're worried about your XRP holdings, 35 cents, I know it's not pretty, but David Schwartz explains this a year ago. Once financial institutions adopt Ripple systems, XRP will find the liquidity. They will use XRP liquidity and bridge the payments, thus meaning a higher demand for XRP, okay? Then he goes on to say, we just have to pick a strategic corridor, one with good volume, but also fairly high costs in the traditional settlement space, and incentivize a huge pool of liquidity to XRP in that corridor. Then those payments will settle through XRP because the payment system is already ready for it. This is a way to solve the chicken and egg problem. Next, we hang more assets off the corridor we already built. Then companies that have to make lots of payments into various destinations in those corridors will find they can save money by holding XRP. So this is why companies are buying and holding XRP. Remember Brad Garlinghouse mentioning that Q3 2018 was an all-time record for companies buying and holding XRP. So we're kind of at that stage right now. This next sentence is brilliant. Then traders will want to hold XRP because that's the asset anyone paying into those corridors needs. Guys, this is us. Traders. I would highlight this if I could, but this is just a JPEG image. Traders will want to hold XRP because that's the asset anyone paying into those corridors needs. And so what are traders? Traders are you and I. What are traders in the business of trading for? Making money. So why would David Schwartz mention this unless he realized that this would be a lucrative opportunity for traders? And so on. Wherever liquidity pops up, payments will settle through that liquidity. Also, we want to be successful on a much larger scale than a closed proprietary strategy would make possible. It's like saying, why would Twitter use the internet when they could build a private network biased in Twitter's favor? A success for email isn't capturing 80% of postal mail volume, it's exploding electronic messaging to thousands of times the volume of postal mail. Sure, other assets will compete on the level playing field for settlement we're building, but if XRP isn't the best, and this is the best part, guys, if XRP isn't the best, David Schwartz is calling it out, it doesn't deserve to succeed. We're not trying to fight for a bigger slice of a tiny pie, but for the biggest slice we can get of all the payments in the world as the payment volume goes up because payments become faster and cheaper. Ripple is looking to dominate world payments. I'm going to go click on this next one here. There's another post here from about 12 months ago. I don't believe it's part of the same post, but it does keep talking about Ripple and XRP. And maybe let Uncle David give you a sense of security with your XRP positions. So he uses the analogy of Google again. If Ripple were Google, XRP would be the search engine and the internet would be Ripple's payment technology. The more people who use the internet and the more value the internet provides, the more possible value there is in a search engine. This is, of course, no guarantee that the search engine will be Google, but Google develops technology like SPDY and works to protect and promote the internet because the internet is what creates the need for a search engine. The internet will not directly make Google billions of dollars, but Google's search engine is worth billions only because we have a strong, healthy internet that hundreds of millions of people use for everything. Similarly, Ripple is building open payment systems like technologies like Interledger. These probably will not directly make Ripple billions of dollars, but fast payments generates the demand for fast settlement, and the software Ripple sells to banks is made to integrate with digital asset settlement. The more Ripple's payment technology is adopted, the more payments there will be that have no technical obstacle to being settled with XRP. So it's most important to understand that Ripple is primarily VC, venture capital financed, and while we do sell XRP, we primarily use our XRP as a strategic asset to incentivize partners. So this will dispel a lot of rumors too that XRP is a scam and Ripple's just a Ponzi scheme trying to sell it to people and then they're going to pull the carpet from under them. I don't understand really how these fudsters think, but maybe they need to get their brains checked. So Ripple strategically uses XRP to incentivize partners to use their products. I did a video on this, likening XRP to crack. You guys can find it. It was done a few weeks ago. It is clearly in our economic interest to do things that will increase the value of XRP over the long term. So, David Schwartz is saying it. Uncle David is putting your mind at ease right now, guys. If you're watching this video, you've got to see it clearly now that Uncle David's got your back. We've explained clearly why we believe that our payment network will create a tremendous need for a new intermediary asset, why that asset is likely to be a digital asset, why XRP is well positioned to be that asset, how Ripple will work to get XRP adopted for this purpose, and why that would be expected to create demand for XRP. So in the last slide, he said traders will be holding XRP and they will be trading it at a profit, he was insinuating. And here he's saying how Ripple will work to get XRP adopted for this purpose and why that will be expected to create demand for XRP. It's perfectly fair, of course, to disagree with any part of that logic or to question the likelihood of the plan as a whole succeeding. I would suggest people look closely at our history of successful execution and the amazing group of people we've managed to put together. A couple of amazing gems found here on XRP_Veterans Telegram group. Again, guys, I'll put the link in the description. Some really good info there. So guys, just some food for thought, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.